What if being single isn't what's making you unhappy? I think a lot of us treat being single like it's a problem we are supposed to solve. You see people around you getting into relationships, falling in love, moving forward with their lives, and eventually you start wondering when it's going to be your turn. And being single stops feeling like just part of your life, it starts feeling like something is wrong. Like you are waiting for something to happen before you can finally be happy or start living. But what if being single isn't actually the problem? Maybe the problem is that we have started believing we need someone to be happy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting love. Heck, I want love. Of course you can want a relationship, of course you can want someone to love you. I think the problem starts when you believe you need it. When you start believing that being loved will finally make you happy, or that having someone beside you will fix the parts of your life that don't feel right. Because then you are not really looking for love anymore. You are looking for an escape from a feeling that something is missing. And that's when being single becomes so difficult. You're waiting for someone to come along and make everything feel right, but what if they don't? What if it takes another year? What if it takes 5? Are you really supposed to spend all the time believing your life hasn't properly started yet? I don't think so. And honestly, I think that's one of the best things about being single that we don't talk about enough. You have time. Time to actually figure out who you are without having to build your life around another person. Time to figure out what you want, time to make mistakes, time to become comfortable with yourself. And I don't mean you need to become some perfect version of yourself before you are worthy of love. Not at all. You don't have to fix yourself before someone can love you, but there is something really valuable about building a life that you are proud of before someone else becomes part of it. Because eventually, you want someone to join your life, not become your entire life. And that's where I keep thinking about the garden. You can give someone a flower, there's nothing wrong with that, but you could also take the time to plant something. Take care of it, let it grow, and eventually you might have an entire garden. Not because you were desperately waiting for someone to come and see it, you built it because it was yours, and you're gonna give it to someone who actually deserves it. You can invite them into the garden you have spent all this time building, and I think that's what waiting can really mean. It doesn't have to mean sitting around and hoping someone finds you. It can mean living, growing, building something that you actually enjoy being a part of, that you are actually proud of. Because I'd rather wait for someone who's actually right for me than rush into something just because I'm scared of being alone. And I think that's where we sometimes get confused. We see everyone else finding someone and think we are falling behind, but there is no deadline. You're not late. You're not missing some stage of life that everyone else has already figured out. You're just somewhere different, and that's okay. And maybe you meet someone next week. Maybe you don't. Maybe it takes a long time. You don't know that, but you don't need to know. Because your life is still happening while you're waiting, and you shouldn't have to put it on pause until someone comes along. You can be happy now, and then when someone eventually becomes a part of it, they don't have to save you from the life you were living. They get to share the one you already built. So if you're single right now, don't treat it like that needs to be fixed. Don't rush into something just because you're scared of being alone, and don't convince yourself that love is the missing piece that's going to finally make everything right. Maybe love comes soon, maybe it doesn't. But while you're waiting, build that garden.